Hello everyone. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic, which is networking, and I think that every small business owner needs to know about that. For this reason, I have a very special guest, Shani Moslehi, who is the president of OCIACC. So let me ask Shani to introduce herself and tell us a little bit about her background.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me today. As you said, my name is Shani Moslehi, and I'm currently the president of Orange County Iranian American Chamber of Commerce. I also run my own business, which is Shani Moslehi Production, and I do marketing, PR, and organize large events and expos.
Yeah, so Shani, let us know about where you started. I know that you were a small business owner yourself, so what was the whole story and what did you do in that business?
Sure. Back in 2003, we purchased an existing business, a photography, video production company dealing with young brides. And it was a very good business. They had many events on their calendar. However, we soon realized that this is not something that is going to stay, and we have to work hard to market this business and promote it amongst people. And within a few months, I realized that just staying in the office and advertising in a magazine wasn't going to be good enough. Mm-hmm. So because of my past experience working for a bank, I knew about the different chambers of commerce. So I signed up with a few local chambers of commerce. I looked into all the networking organizations that were out there, such as Le Tip, BNI. There's so many different organizations. And I made an attempt to go visit these networking groups to find out what best suits me and my business. And that's where our networking business started. And within the first year, I was a member of 4 or 5 different organizations. And I would literally go from one event to another every night, just trying to tell people who I am and what I do and building relationships. So that's basically what networking is all about, is finding more friends that you can count on that can bring you business.
Mm-hmm. So some people think that for a business like what you said, if we just advertise in a magazine, then people come to us. So you are saying that it wasn't working for your business.
Well, obviously we had to advertise in a magazine in order to be known to our competition. We had to advertise. In order to let the local market know that we exist, we had to advertise. But to actually get the business, I truly believe that you need to have some face-to-face interaction. People need to know you, to like you, to do business with you. By going to these networking events, I wasn't earning a bride right there and then. I wasn't signing up people for business. I was building relationships. I was finding people that I could count on that would remember me. So if they hear of anyone that was looking for my type of services, they could say, well, I know Shani Moslehi, who's got a business in such and such area. So that's what I was working on. It wasn't immediate satisfaction. As soon as I would sign up with a networking organization, business wasn't running into our building, but it was a gradual a repetition. I had to go to these networking events. I had to make sure people knew I'm there and I'm there for a reason. And something that you learn as soon as you start networking is what they call the elevator pitch. I'm sure you heard of that before, where you have 30 seconds to introduce yourself. And that's something I had to master. I had to learn how to say that in a productive way that people would remember me by. Because in these networking events, you have a short time to meet people and you have to make the best impression. Mm-hmm. And then you have to follow up. So I would go meet people, I would take their business cards, I would try to remember who they were. Either that right there and then I would write a note on their business card, or I would go home later at night and make notes for myself to make sure to follow up with them. It's a lot of work, but it's very satisfactory results if you follow through with everyone.
Mm-hmm. So let me just go step by step so that people who are not interested, they can understand. You said that there are some organizations that their business is kind of networking, or how do they work?
Okay, so here in the United States, networking was established from many years ago, because people typically didn't come here with families. People would move from state to state, and therefore they would leave their friends and families behind and move to a new place. So then they had to find new friends. And one of the ways that they did it was to join the churches, join local community organizations, and therefore start building up another group of friends and family for themselves. Networking organizations are very old in the United States. For example, a Chamber of Commerce that we have for the Iranian Americans here in Orange County has been around for a long time. And there's 7,000 other chambers of commerce. So everybody from every walk of life can join a chamber of commerce that best suits them. If you live here in this city, there's a chamber of commerce that belongs to this city. But if you rather join our chamber of commerce, for example, we travel the entire county. There are other organizations such as the Rotary Club, the Lions Club. These are very old organizations. I would say over 100 years old. They're nonprofit organizations that you can join as a volunteer, and that's another way of building a network for yourself. The key is to go out there and meet new people, and networking organizations offer you that possibility to find people that would best match your area that you're looking for. There are networking organizations for engineers, there are networking organizations for architects. So you need to belong to an organization that best suits your type of business. The service that we offered would suit anyone. Everybody was looking to get married one day, and everybody would needed to have a photographer and a videographer. So anyone was our target at that point. Although when you do your pitch, you need to be very specific on what exactly do you do. So I wouldn't go and say, I'm Shani Moslehi and our company does photography and videography. Our slogan at the time was, we do everything for a bride on a budget. So that was my pitch. And that was catchy enough for people to come to me and say, well, what do you mean by that? What exactly do you do?
So some people think that when they go to this networking event, they need to, for example, the time that they go there, they will find a customer. But it's not the way that it works.
Typically, they say it takes about the time period to have that return of your investment, basically, is 3 years for these organizations. However, I've been very lucky. Every time I've joined, I've been able to connect with someone, and I've always seen results. It all depends on how you deliver. I mean, just attending an event and standing in a corner is not going to earn you business. Again, it's you meeting them, then you follow up with them, and then you continue seeing these people. It's just like when you have guests, you meet a nice couple and you want to see them again. You invite them over to your house. And that's how you have to look at these relationship buildings. If you meet someone that is going to be a good person to do business with, or he or she would be a good person to refer business to you, then you need to keep calling them up, and you need to try to have coffee one day, and you need to build that relationship.
So let me know, for example, in OCI, Chamber of Commerce, what kind of people are members? Do they own their businesses? Are they looking for a job? Or what kind of people are your members?
So Orange County Iranian American Chamber of Commerce was created to serve the Iranian business owners in the county of Orange. But we're open to everyone. We would like the non-Iranians to join us, and we like the non-Iranians to come and see who we are and what we do, because we are contributing so much to this economy and the community. Anyone can join. We have our membership is a tiered membership, so you can join as a small business owner that has a hair shop, to a medium-sized business that does medical billing with so many employees. It really varies. Sometimes the larger organizations or companies join our organization because they're looking to use our services. They're looking for a good plumber company, for example, or an electrical company, or who knows. but so we do have consumers that join because they're looking for business owners. We have business owners that are looking for other business owners to do business with. It's really a combination, and that's the beauty of having a chamber of commerce versus a specific industry organization. We are open to anyone, and anyone can come in, and like I said, the results have been great so far.
So you actually have some meetings called a business mixer. For the ones who are not familiar, what is really a business mixer, and let's say that I want to come to a business mixer for the first time, what should I bring with me and what do I have to do?
Good question. So once a month we find a nice venue, a restaurant usually, to provide us the space so we can have basically a meeting area. We give the opportunity for these people, these members and non-members, to come together. It's a limited time. It's usually from 6 to 8 p.m. because we want them to have the couple hours after the workout to meet and greet and get to know each other. But we try to keep it regular, so it's every month. And that's what we call a business mixer, to just come and mix with each other. You need to come in with your ears open. That's the most important part. You should bring your business cards because in case you meet someone that is of interest, you should be able to pass your business card to them, but you shouldn't force your business card to everybody. We don't do that anymore. You don't walk in and just pass out business cards. Your first goal when you arrive is to meet people, find out who they are and what they do. You should show interest on what they do more than telling them what you do, because that comes naturally. If you connect with a person and you ask them what is it they're doing or why they're there, chances are that they're going to ask the same question of you. So you will have the opportunity to introduce yourself. And typically in a 2-hour period, we say you'll meet up to 14 people, and we encourage you to not spend more than 2 minutes talking, but spend more time listening.
So when I come to a business mixer, actually, as far as I understand, I have to go around and try to find someone and start talking with them. How do you usually start that conversation? Is there...
You just walk up and say, "Hi, my name is Shani. How are you?" And that's an icebreaker by itself. A lot of times you're standing there and you're eavesdropping. You hear other people talk about the traffic on 405, for example, and the freeway. And that's how you pitch in and you give your opinion, and that's how you start connecting. It's really not that difficult. I think once you're over the initial shyness, and once you keep coming to these mixers more often, you actually look forward to meeting your old pals and your friends that you met the month before, and it becomes natural. It gets easier. Every month it gets easier.
So the more that I come to these business mixers, actually what happens is that I get to know more people and more people get to know me, and whenever then they have something that I could help them, then they will come to me.
The key is for you to come and meet people at these mixers, but then the follow-up is up to you. You need to really keep connected, because we don't do that for you. We just give you the venue, we give you the opportunity to meet these business owners. The rest is up to you. Now you need to write them an email, maybe a handwritten note, and like I said, maybe take them out for coffee if this is someone that you really want to do business with.
Yeah, I had a experience last week that we had a mixer actually, and I met someone there that what he was doing was really in line with what I'm doing. So I thought that maybe it's a good idea that we meet. So we exchanged our cards, and then the day after I sent him an email and I said, what about seeing and meeting each other and having a coffee, and we are just going to see each other next week. And sometimes I had really good experiences, because I get to know people that I never, even imagined what this type of work is being done with someone. So it's actually, for me, it's a good experience that I get to know people that I never knew that they are doing this kind of job.
Yes, it's very interesting because you actually get to talk to people and find out what they do. And this is not something you do when you go to a family party, for example. Because of the fact that you're in a business mixer, you have the freedom to ask people, and what is it you do, and how successful is this business, and any kind of questions you have, because now you're allowed to do so. In other words, it's the right place and it's the right etiquette to ask these questions. But again, your success in networking is all up to you. But it's definitely a proven trade, and everybody should try it.
And it's interesting that it's not limited to a special type of business. Or I have seen people who are selling jewelries and they come to mixers. It was interesting for me that why someone in this business even wants to come.
Everybody needs somebody to do business with. So we all need to have another human being to do business with, whether that human being is a representative of a large corporation or a small business person. We still need that face-to-face connection.
Give us some tips of, you said that, for example, do not talk about yourself, don't force your card to the other person. What is exactly that we need to do when we go to a networking event?
The first thing you need to do is have that 30-second pitch, because that's how you introduce yourself to people. That's what's going to leave a mark in their memory when they leave the event. So make sure that it's catchy. I talk to people and I go, what is it you do? And I expect them to give me a 30-second pitch, and then I hear all this paragraphs and paragraphs of the work they do, and they want to tell me everything in detail right there and then. That to me is a person that is not prepared to be networking. If you're coming to a networking event, please write what you're going to say and how you're going to introduce yourself, because that's how you impact people. I understand that sometimes you have a lot more to say, but this is not the place for it. When you come to a networking event and you have 2 minutes to talk to someone, you want to be short and sweet, literally short and sweet. So like I said, when I was doing my 30-second pitch, I would say, my name is Shani Moslehi and I do everything for a bride on a budget. And that was it. And the question will then coming to me, well, what exactly do you mean? Do you do this? Do you do that? And then I could be very specific and be specific. I also remember when I first started networking, I would say, yeah, we do photography, but I wasn't narrowing it down. I wasn't being specific. So I would leave it open, and that's not a good idea. So be very specific. If you're doing something that it's, for example, towards realtors, then be sure to say that we specifically work in this market. So that's the most important tip, is that 30-second. Of course, listening is very important, and I don't mean by just pretending like you hear them. Actually listen, and because people say a lot when they talk to you, maybe they mention something in that conversation that you can review later on in your head and realize you can give a referral to someone. It's always a good thing to be able to refer business to others, because you will receive referrals from them as well. So don't be in there just by thinking it's me. I'm here to get business for me. No, be open to hear and understand what the person is saying, and give them a referral. If somebody is looking for a good banker, and you know a good banker, and you hear that, oh, don't worry, I'll send you this banker's phone number. And this is how you just established a relationship with someone new. So, listening is very important to me. And I think it's the key. And then offering to help them, offering to go out of your way to do something nice for them. It could be just a simple referral, but it could be more. It's up to you. And then follow up in any relationship. I'm still friends with my elementary school friends. And people always wonder how, and I'm like, that's just how I am. If that means sending them once a year a note that says who I am and what I'm doing now at age 54, I do it. So keeping up with people that you know is very important. You never know.
And at the end, I would like to know a little bit more about the difference of OCIACC, for example, with different chamber of commerces of a specific city. For example, every of these cities in Orange County, they have their own chamber of commerce. As far as I understand, most of their members are the people who have their businesses in that city. So how is the things in OCIACC?
So when we founded OCIACC, we wanted to make sure that we are not stuck with one city or one area, because we wanted to meet as many people as possible. We also wanted to represent the Iranian American community, business community. So we wanted to make sure that we are building a bridge, basically. We invited the German Americans, for example, to come and mix with us on our business mixers. We've invited the British, the local chambers of commerce, and that's what have differentiated us from any other chamber of commerce or organization out there. The fact that we go out there and collaborate with these organizations, and we take our members to somewhere new, introduce them to a completely new organization with new people, has been fascinating. And we get so many compliments because of what we've done. We are also considered one of the fastest growing business organizations in Orange County, I'm happy to say.
That's perfect. And as far as I know, your members are not just only Iranian Americans. You have members who are from other nationalities.
We have a lot of non-Iranians who are interested to join our organization. The other thing I have to say about our organization that is very different, that I'm very proud of, is that we've taken our Iranian heritage, which is very hospitable group of people, and we apply that at our meetings. So you come in and there's always someone smiling and greeting you. So we've definitely showed that attitude of, we are here to serve, even though we're all volunteer and everybody is giving up their time to be there. We make sure that we are there to offer a good service to the people that are attending our events.
Thank you so much. Thank you for being here, and I think that now we know why we do networking, and we have to expect a longer return on our time when we do networking.
Thank you
for your
me.
time.
Thanks.
And I really appreciate it.
Merci.